Summary of Assignment 1 Wireless Network Technologies MSc in ITA. Result applied. Question number 1. Briefly explain the following with examples. The first one is protocol. A protocol is a set of rules that govern the data communications. It represents an agreement between the communicating devices. Without a protocol, the two devices may connect to it but not communicating. Just a person is speaking French cannot be understood by a person who speaks only Japanese. In computer networks, communication occurs between two entities in different systems. The key elements of the protocols are syntax, semantics, and timing. Example for protocol HTTP. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTPS Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Secure TCP/IP Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. FTP means File Transfer Protocol. These are the some examples for protocols. Right? Then B. Question number 1. B part. Standard body. What do you mean by standard body? Standards provide guidelines to manufacturers, vendors, government agencies, and other service providers to ensure the kind of interconnectivity necessary in today's marketplace and international communication. Standard organization. Standards are developed through the cooperation of standard creation committees, forums, and government regulatory agencies. Standard creation committees creating many organizations are dedicated to the establishment of the standards. Data telecommunication in North America rely primarily on the published by the following. These are some examples for the standard organization. International organization for standardization. Shortly we can say ISO. The ISO is active in developing cooperation in the realms of scientific, technological, and economic activities. International Telecommunication Union. Telecommunication is standards, right? This committee was devoted to the research and establishment of standards for the telecommunication in general and for phone and data system in particular. Then next one is Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. We are saying as IEEE. It aims to advance theory, creativity, and product quality in the field of electrical engineering, electronics, and radio, as well as in all related branches of engineering. One of its goals, the IEEE oversees the development and adoption of international standards for computing and communication forums. Then, question number C part is forum. What do you mean by forum? Forum made up of a representatives from interested corporation. The forum works with universities and users to test, evaluate, and standardize new technologies by concentrating their efforts on a particular technology. The forum are able to speed acceptance and use of those technologies in the telecommunication committee. The forum present their conclusion to the standard bodies. These are the examples for forum. For example, Frame Relay Forum, ATM Forum, and ATM Consortium, Internet Society, and Internet Engineering Task Force. Question number 2. Briefly explain the function of each layer of ISO OSI 7 layers. Also indicate the relevant standards protocols of each layer. What do you mean by ISO OSI? The Open System Interconnection OSI model defines a networking framework to implement protocols protocols in 7 layers. There is really nothing to the OSI model. In fact, it is not even tangible. It is a conceptual framework so we can better understand complex interactions that are happening. Right? International standard organization developed the open system interconnection. Right? It divides network communication into 7 layers. There are 1 to 4 we are considering as the lower layers, and 5 to 7 we are considering as a upper layer. Right? These are the 1 to 4 and 5 to 7. Right now we are going to look at the one by one. The 7 open system interconnection layers are the layer 7, the application layer. Right? This layer is responsible for a number of different things depending on the application. Some of these things include resource sharing, remote file access, remote print access, network management, and electronic messaging. There are a large number of application layer protocols that are familiar to the common internet user, including the file transfer protocol, FTP, domain naming service, DNS, hypertext transfer protocol, HTTP, and simple mail transfer protocol, SMTP. Functionalities of the application layers are application layer support applications, apps, and end-user process. Quality of service. This layer is responsible for application services for file transfer, email, and other network software services. Protocol like Telnet, FTP, and HTTP work on this layer. The presentation layer, layer 6 of the OSI model, is named the presentation layer. Is responsible for character code translation, data conversion, compression, and encryption. Some common examples include multipurpose internet mail extension, MIME, transport layer security, TLS, and secure socket layer. It converts data format into a format readable by the application layer. The following are the presentation layer protocol: XTR, XRD, DLS, SSL, and MIME. Functionalities of these layers are responsible for data representation on the screen, encryption and decryption of the data semantics and syntax. Layer 6 presentation example include encryption, ASCII. These are the functionalities of this presentation layer. Right. Next, we are going to look at the session layer. Layer 5 of the OSI reference model is the session layer. This layer is responsible for session establishment, maintenance, and termination of the session. Functionality of these layers are responsible for the establishment, management, and termination of connection between applications. The session layer setup coordinates and terminates conversation, exchanges, and dialogue between the application and agent. It deals with the session and connection coordination. Protocols in this layer use like NFS, NetBIOS, names RPC, SQL work at this layer. Then next layer is the layer 4, the transport layer. Right? The transport layer is responsible for message segmentation. Right? Segmenting the message, acknowledgement, traffic control, and session multiplexing. The transport layer also has the ability to perform error detection and correction, message reordering, ensure message sequence, and reliable message channel depending on the specific transport layer protocol used. Functionalities of these transport layers are responsible for the transparent transfer of data between end system, responsible for end-to-end error recovery and flow control, responsible for complete data transfer. Protocols like SPX, TCP, UTP work here. Transport layer works on to determine communication mode, connection oriented, and connection less. This layer transmits data from source to destination node. And then next layer is the network layer. Layer 3 of the OSI reference model is the network layer. Layer 3 of the OSI model, this layer is responsible for the routing traffic control, right? Functionalities of this layer are the switching and routing technologies work here, create logical path between hosts across the World Wide Web called virtual circuit, routes the data packet to the destination, routing and forwarding of the data packets, internetworking, error handling, congestion control, and packet sequencing work at this layer, right? The router works at the layer 3. Different networks protocol like TCP, IP, IPX, AppleTalk work at this layer. Then next layer is the data link layer. This layer is layer 2, right? This layer is responsible for the link establishment and termination, frame, traffic control, sequencing, acknowledgement, error checking, and media management, right? The most familiar standard used at this data link layer include IEEE 802.3 Internet Media Access Control and Logical Link Control sublayer, right? Responsible of this layer are the encoding and decoding of electrical signals into bits, manages data error from the physical layer, converts electrical signal into frame. The data link layer is divided into two sublayers: media access control (MEC) layer, logical link control (LSC) layer. The next sublayers control how computers on network gain access to the data and permission to transmit it. The LLC layer control frame synchronization, flow control, and error checking. MAC address is a part of the layer 2. Devices like switch work at this layer. Then layer 1 is the physical layer. This layer is responsible for the transmission and reception of the wire level data. For example, the physical layer is where it's dictated how bits are represented across a specific networking medium, regardless of whether the networking medium is electrical or optical in construction. Right, responsible for this layer: electrical signal, light signal, radio signal, hardware layer of the OSI layer, devices like repeater, hub, Ethernet work at this layer, protocol like RS-232, ATM, FDDI, Ethernet work on this layer. Then question number 3, part A, explain the difference between data and signal. Data can be analog or digital. Analog data are continuous and take continuous values, right? Digital data have discrete state and take discrete values. For example, data are stored in computer memory in the form of 0 and 1, right? 0 and 1. The signal can be either analog or digital in nature, right? Signal can be either analog or digital in nature. Analog signals can have an infinite number of values in a train. Digital signal can have only a limited number of values, right? These are the figures for analog signals and digital signal, right? This is the analog signal, right? It is going in waveform, right? This is the digital signal, 0 and 1, right? Then explain the following using the sinusoidal periodic signal, right? First one is peak amplitude. Peak amplitude of a signal is the absolute value of its highest intensity, right? Proportional to the energy it carries, right? This is the peak amplitude, right? Peak amplitude, peak. Then next one is period. Period means it is the amount of time in second a signal need to complete one cycle. Right now we can see the cycle period. Right, this is the figure.